you discard the Caribbean way of speaking? Because, I mean, as we're trying to get them into that form, I would say it would be better to include and say, and this is another form, so that they wouldn't think this is the only structure, but that they would realize that the language is very diverse, because we have a huge population that uses that. So I don't think I would limit them to just saying this is the only structure, but would bring in both at the same time.
Yeah, I agree, Tyler. Maybe as a follow-up, right after they do this.
Yeah, exactly. So incorporate.
Talk about the dialectal variation.
Right, right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What else? Please, yes.
Let's see. So you talked about grammatical and lexical differences. One of the things that's most readily noticed is differences in pronunciation. Is that something that you address at all? And I raise it because I'm teaching the Fonética Práctica class right now, and we're on the section on dialect variation. And I would ask, have you ever heard these, or would you produce these? Y lo niegan. I mean, they say that no, they don't produce them. They don't. I mean, they seem to be very normative. I think that they expect that I expect a particular type of pronunciation. So I'm wondering how you deal with variation.
Could you give us a specific example? Do you mean sort of S-dropping?
S-dropping is a very good example.
Yes, and I mean, in my classroom, they definitely, when they first come in, they actually protest, like, well, you're not teaching us the standard. Like, I came here to perfect my Spanish, and you're not teaching us that. And I'm like, well, I'm teaching you how to think about your language. You can manipulate your language for different situations. And then I give them examples. Like, for example, when I go back to Mexico, I become a fresa. Do you know how fresas speak? And I like start speaking like a fresa, right? And I was like, because if I speak like I do here with my Latin friends, people down there are not going to understand me. Not to mention they're going to question my Mexicanness. So you really have to learn to manipulate that. And once they understand what that means, they start playing around with it. So we have an activity where they